Hey everybody, Tim here, coming to you live from the closet at Rat Daddy Studios. So yeah, this is my workspace, my tiny little closet workspace. But it's been a good spot for the last 30 years, and a lot of styrene has passed this way. Some really huge stuff, including those big 1/350 scale Star Trek ships, which I did several commission jobs on, and the 3-foot Seaview submarine. That was all built in this little tiny workspace. So it kind of goes back here. Obviously, I'm sharing space with my clothes, but yeah, this, it's all fit in here. I've made it work for all these years. The upside is it's air conditioned in here, it's heated in here, so I'm covered as far as that goes. And I have plenty of storage space, which is now packed full of bins and boxes of stuff. There's the Evil Iron, the reissue of the Evil Iron. I just got that. That was a birthday gift to myself. I've been trying to catch one of those things on eBay for forever, and they always go for $200 or $300 and unbuilt, and just wasn't going to pay that. So I stoked with this. $54.95 with free shipping on Amazon Prime. So really happy to see that reissued. A friend of mine tipped me off. I didn't even know it was out, and a friend of mine tipped me off and said, "Oh, did you know it was reissued?" So grabbed one, may grab another one down the road there somewhere, but I'm excited to see that. But anyway, so a few things I want to show you here on the bench that I'm working on, which brings us to this. So did this today, added these flames to the Hydra Fink. Still got to do some clear coating on this. There's still a lot of roughage from flake. It dimples it when the flake is still laying up on this. So this needs at least 2 or 3 more coats of regular clear to bury all the flake in here, because right now it's textured, and I can still feel my lines from where I hand pinstripe this too. So that's got to have some work. But I added these flames. I got these off of eBay, and I can send you guys a link if you're interested in. This guy, I bought some of these before, some different ones. These I've got like coming out of the back of my Spaceman Spiff resin cast, and they're really cool because they're neon, so they will fluoresce, but even in this is regular light, I mean, they really glow. So I was really stoked with how they looked here. I had to modify them, get in there with the grinder and grind these out because of the headers being so close. And they're not perfect, but the whole model's not perfect, so I'm not too worried about it. But I thought they were cool just to animate it more, kind of give it some action. I don't have the motor glued in yet. Give it a little action to it. So and I just set my Rat Fink figure in here. He's a 3D print. Here's another eBay find, and he's a pretty good one. A lot of their eBay the 3D printed stuff that's on there, they don't really look like Rat Fink. They're just kind of stupid looking. So this one was pretty good, so grabbed that one. In the background over here, this is the Monogram Mattel. Actually, this is when Mattel owned Monogram. This is the Going Buggy. So it's 1/16 scale Volkswagen Beetle, and I love these things. And I did the hot pink and the flake. Yeah, it's kind of a girly car. It was fun. And I did silver flaked interior with some matching pink seat belt. So I had the Smug Bug, which is the funny car kind of Volkswagen that Tom Daniel designed, that it splits in half, and I did it in that hot pink 30 years ago, and everywhere I took that model, people just loved it, and I gave it to one of my best friends about 10 years ago. It's now in his care, and so I decided, my buddy Chuck gave me this. I think he gave that to me for, when did he give it? Actually, this was my birthday present this year, so he gave it to me early. So I went on and started working on it because I really liked the kit. So I wanted to do it in the hot pink again, so that's what I did. And back to the flames. Anyway, so this guy's got he makes these for action figures, like just like there's flames shooting out of their hands and stuff. So he's got all these different size ones, and they're cool. I mean, they look cool coming out of exhaust. I mean, you could put these anywhere from on, like, say, like an old Merc with flamethrowers on the back of it, have it look like it's shooting flames, or any animated thing. Here's a little tiny one too, a little small one that could be a carburetor backfire right there. So, but And he sent me some extras. This guy always sends me extra stuff. Super nice, easy to deal with. So if you want the guy's eBay seller name, I can send it to you. Just get a hold of me. I don't have it with me right now, but you can get a hold of me, and I'll send you a link to it or whatever. Also, I've been working on this guy, and he's just about done. I got to make a base for him. So this is another garage kit. This was done by a friend of mine, David Gasper. He's up in Canada, and he just pretty much did this himself for scratch. He did the original sculpt, and then he made a mold, and I think he made a couple of these. I know he gave Chuck one and he gave me one. And you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, he was rough. He needed a lot of filler and a lot of work. He's missing a few fingers and stuff. In fact, I actually knocked one off and lost it somewhere in transit bringing this from my office home. And so now he's just got another bloody missing finger on there somewhere. So I'm knocking my motor out here. But yeah, he's a Frankenfink, you know, and Dave did a good job on this. And so it was fun. It's got a few little air bubbles here and there that I couldn't fix, but I fixed most of it with some putty and stuff. So I just painted him up and kind of did him in some beatnik colors on his shirt. And of course, just jeans and shoes. Let me see if I can spin him around here without dropping him. He's really hard to work. He's got the little skull with the 13 on his back, which is cool. It's kind of got the Son of Frankenstein furry jacket on there. And so yeah, so I'm working on that still. Did a little detail in his little bottle of whatever there. So I'm just going to make a little plexiglass base to mount him on. He's really top heavy, so he needs a base that's big enough to support him. And I think I'm just going to cut some round plexiglass of some color, maybe a fluorescent color to pick up the fluorescence in his skin tones and stuff, and glue him on there. And I think he'll be about done. I don't think I'm going to add anything else to it. I use the Molotov pin on his metal pieces and his chain around his neck with his surfer cross and stuff. So it was a fun little build. So something else I'm working on. I'm always fiddling with stuff. I just airbrushed this This is another 3D print off of eBay. This isn't mine, but I airbrushed this for a friend of mine, and it's another rat fink with a huge shifter in his hand. So I painted that up for him. And I got this 3D print here that I need to finish up with this buzzard and skulls. Just, I mean, I've got a ton of stuff everywhere, so, but I'm getting there. Also this week, let me grab this. I got a 3D print, also from a Canadian vendor. Oh, this is Ed Roth's Yellow Fang, and God, this is a model kit I think everybody's wanted forever. And I've seen some really good scratch builds. My buddy Tommy Moore did a great scratch build of this, but this is all 3D printed. This guy actually worked with Don Garlitz on getting all the measurements and everything correct on this. And chassis is all pretty much one piece, which is great. This thing just kind of slips together. And then you've got the tires. He did a nice driver figure for this. The motor's almost one piece. The valve covers are separate pieces. Got the nice little finely spoked front wheels there, if you can see that. Sorry, I should have taken this stuff out of the bag, but I didn't. But anyway, so yeah, there's not too many pieces, less than a dozen parts it looks like. But looking forward to that. And I actually, and you can get decals from him too. He's got decal sheets, and there's a couple sets on there in case you goof up. So I've got decals for it. And actually, I was supposed to get this in 1/16 scale, and he accidentally sent me a 24 scale version of it. And so he's working with me. I'm going to go ahead and keep this, but I really wanted the 16 scale. I like the larger stuff. So that's on the way. And my buddy Chuck got a 1/8 scale, which I think I told you guys about. I haven't got pictures of it yet. But when I get some pictures I can throw up on one of the computers at the office, I'll show that to you guys. It's really cool. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. So I will be showing you that at some point. But anyway, I just wanted to again show you just a few things I'm working on, a few things on the bench. So Frankenfink, he's just about ready to be finished up, and I'm hoping we get some weather here soon. The humidity has been a little better the last few days. It's been a little cooler, so if it holds up for the weekend, I may be able to get my final coats of clear on the Hydro Fink here, and I got a little touch-up work I got to do on it. And I don't really need to do the bottom anymore. It actually looks pretty good. I didn't flake it quite as heavy, so it's good. So I'll get a few more coats of clear on there and do a little sanding on there, and that'll be ready to mount on the base. I'm already got the plexi. I'm making a blue plexiglass base for that, and it'll kind of be up, you know, like it's kind of like it's hopping out of the water a little bit, but nothing too crazy detailed. And the going buggy, I've got most of the chassis components done for that. I'm working on the engine, which I got really mad at the other night and hammered it back into oblivion into about 10 pieces. So don't tell anybody I did that. So yeah, it really pissed me off. So some of those old kits, especially the chrome parts on a lot of the old monogram kits, it's soft. None of the glues want to stick to it, and I'm primarily a CA builder, and the CA will hold just about anything. It wasn't even holding it, and it just kept breaking apart. The exhaust system was a nightmare, and it fell apart so many times I finally just got pissed and broke it all back apart, cleaned everything back up, scraped everything, and put it all back together. So it is back in one piece again in here somewhere. So yeah, there's that, but it's not done. That's not all the parts. I still got probably 10 parts to go on there, but it is what it is. But too much chrome. I'm just not a huge fan of a ton of chrome all over motors and stuff, so it just ends up being a pain in the ass. So anyway, so that's where I'm at right now. So keep watching, and I don't, hopefully I'm not like in your face with this camera. It's hard with the GoPro to figure out exactly where to put it. So I had a mount in here where I could put it above the bench, and I took it down when I redid my lighting and stuff in here. So sometime in the future I'll remount that, so I've got a little more control over this thing. So I'm just on the selfie stick right now. So anyway, stay tuned. Thanks for coming by, and I'll keep you posted on as this stuff progresses. I'll do another video in the next few days. I can't even video with my iPhone anymore. I have an iPhone 8, which is now outdated, and the 15's come out in 2 or 3 weeks, so they have advised me to wait and not get a new phone until that time because of the prices. So I'm kind of stuck right now. So all my videos, I like using the GoPro on all these videos anyway to get a much cleaner video. So anyway, stay tuned. Hope you guys are building. I will talk to you again soon, and I really appreciate you coming by. And again, if you want a shop card, give me a shout. I got shop cards still. I think I've probably got 20 left or so. So if you want one, drop me a line. Rat Daddy Studios with an S. Make sure you put the S on there at gmail.com. All right, I will see you next time. Thanks for coming by.